Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to Jet-In 737 Academy for beginners and fun flyers. Now this one is an abbreviation of my previous video, which went for about 45 minutes, which was rather long. It was a rather concise introduction to gate procedures and startup of a study level 737. This one, however, is just going to cover putting your flight plan into the FMC. That's all, nothing more, nothing less, just putting your flight plan into the FMC. It's basic, it's simple for the beginner, just to get you up and flying and enjoying a study level 737. It is applicable to the PMDG range of 737s and also X-Plane 11 and X-Plane 12. Okay, enough jabber, let's get started. Now, this is our flight plan for today, guys, just to make your life easier. Something for you to practice before you run away and do flight plans all around the world. Stick to this one. It is nice and simple. We are flying from KMIA Miami over to Southwest Florida, KRSW. So here is the flight plan. Now up here are the waypoints. You've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waypoints to put into the FMC, not just the 737, but any study level plane that has an FMC. You can use these waypoints to make a beautiful flight plan. Now also you've got some extra information here I've put up for you to make your life easy. The frequency for the ILS approach is 111.500, so make a note of that, write it down or take a screenshot. And in the course mode, in the course display at the top of the flight management panel, you need a heading of 58. Okay, so you can put that in there just to make your life easier if you want to do an ILS approach. We've got quite a bit to do in the FMC. Push Control 3 and you'll come down to the FMC here. Menu. Now, one of the first things we need to do, of course, is get the IRS aligned. The FMC will automatically have the coordinates from the last place we were parked. If we were in Los Angeles or Las Vegas, or wherever we were, those are the coordinates that will be automatically in the FMC. So we need to change that. So what I'm going to do, I'll click on FMC. I'll go to Position Init, and I'm going to put Miami's reference in there. Okay, well, not that, okay, KMIA Miami, so we'll put that in there, and there are the coordinates of Miami. So now we're going to come up and we're going to turn on the IRS to start aligning. It takes a while, it can take 10-15 minutes depending on where your settings are. I've got mine set on instantly, I think, so I can get up and flying quite quickly. So we'll turn our IRS around to navigation, and that will start aligning. And now we'll come back down to Control 3, our FMC. Now you can see I've got these blank squares here, so it's asking for our position, our coordinates. So here are our coordinates here for Miami. I'm going to click on those. I'm going to click those into there and it will disappear, but our coordinates for Miami are now into the computer. Now we can go to Route and we'll click that again, and we've got Miami in there. Now if you've got your waypoints and your flight plan that I showed you earlier, you can bring that up and put our destination in there. KRSW, Southwest Florida, KRSW, so let's do that. KRSW, that goes in there. We need a flight number, so let's put in Jet-In 105, so we'll put that in there. And then we'll go to departure and arrival. We're going to depart Miami at runway 27. Can't see it there. Let's go to the next page. There we go, runway 27. We'll click on that. Now we'll click on Depart Arrive again, and we'll go to KRSW Arrive. We'll click on that, and we're going to approach ILS 06. Okay, ILS 06, because we're going to do an ILS approach. we'll click on ILS approach 6, and that is in there now. Click on route, and it's asking us to activate to make it permanently into the computer there. So we'll click on that. The light highlights execute. We'll click execute. Now we're going to put in our waypoints. So we click legs. Now if you've got that bit of paper handy, or the screenshot of the flight plan, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waypoints to put in there. Some of them, a couple of them are in here automatically, but we've got the other ones to put in. So our first one is grit. So let's put that in. G-R-I-T. It can be a bit slow and tedious, this job, to be perfectly honest. Where is it? G-R-I-T-T. T. Okay, so we'll put that in there, hit execute. Our next waypoint is swags. Okay, so let's put that in. S-W-A-G-S, swags. Put that in there and hit execute. Our next waypoint is Butley, B-U-T-L-Y. Let's put Butley in there. We'll hit execute. We'll keep it going. After Butley is Tropic. Okay, so T-R-O-P-C, Tropic. Put that in there, hit execute. The next one is Dolphin, but that's in there automatically. Let's go to the next page. There's runway 06. That's all in there for us. But we've got these two here we don't particularly want, so let's delete those ones that are after our runway. They're way tacked onto the end, which we don't need. They may be waypoints that you go to for a missed approach. I'm not sure about that. I need to do some research on advanced FMC. This is just all basic FMC stuff, guys. Easy stuff to get you up and flying so that you know the basics. That's about all it is, really. Okay, previous. So here's all our waypoints in here. Now if we come up to here and have a look at this MFD, our flight plan should be showing up here. Okay, so these two knobs here is how we can view our flight plan. Let's bring it around to plan. Bring it around to plan, and here we go. There's our plan there. Now step will appear down here on the FMC on that button. So we'll click step, and that will take us step by step through our waypoints. There's swags, okay, Butley, Tropic, Dolphin, and then bang, straight into our ILS approach. So we click it one more, a couple more, and we're back to the beginning again. We're going to take off and head up. Where are we? Try to get back to the beginning. Okay. Grit. There we go. We're going to depart on the runway and head up towards our first waypoint, which is grit. Now what I like to do is I'm going to put this around. It's on plan at the moment. I'm going to put it around to map. Now if it's on map, when I depart, the magenta line will always be in front of me, and I will just follow the magenta line. It will be aligned, and it will be easy for me to track and just see how I'm going in regards to my flight plan. Okay, now this other switch over here we can use to zoom in and out of our plan. We can get an overall picture of what our plan actually looks like. There, it is very, very small, but I like to keep it fairly well zoomed in so I can see how I'm actually going. Right, so let's hit Control 3 again and come down to our FMC. Now we need to do some work here. Okay, performance init, menu, FMC, hit performance init, And we've got some information to put in here. Cost index, I put about 35 or 30 is okay. That's how much that's basically how the plane is going to work in regards to economy. How much fuel we're going to try and save when we depart and climb out and all those kind of things. Reserve, I'm going to put 1 in there representing 1,000. Zero fuel weight, I'll click on that once. The plane will calculate it for me. Click it again and it will go into there. Altitude, it's a very short hop. I'm going to put 10 for 10,000. Whoops, did I put the wrong one in there? 10. Altitude, no, it's not doing that. There we go, 10,000. Now let's go to N1 limit. Let's click on that. Let's go to the next one as well. Takeoff flaps, we're going to have 5, so I'm going to click on 5. We'll put 5 there. Now it's calculated our V1, V2, V3 speeds for us. All we got to do is click the adjacent buttons here, and that will lock it into the FMC, into the computer for us. So that's all done. Right, we come back to our route. We come back to our legs. I like to leave it there. And that is everything that we need to do. Now there is a lot more advanced stuff that we can do on the FMC, a lot more advanced. If you want to do some research and study, you can get into that. But that's all I do. It's the bare basic, and it gets us up and flying this beautiful study level plane. We've basically got a flight plan, and we've got an ILS approach.